Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is James Ramos from At the Quarter Pole, and this is my video for horses to watch for this summer, leading to the fall championship meet at the Breeders' Cup at Del Mar, California, at Del Mar Racetrack. And horses to watch for will be Augusta Rodin. He's a horse that could looks logical to repeat as championship older horse to win the turf. He was impressive out in Europe. He won quite easily, and he has a good foot on the championship day. He looks like he's going to be hard to beat during the Breeders' Cup turf, and he's a horse to watch for. Other horses to watch for are going to be First Mission. First Mission is a 4-year-old from the Godolphin Stables. He will be running into Stephen Foster this Saturday. He's going to be running against a very good field with Pyrenees, Disarm, Kingsbarn, and Skippy Longstocking. But he's a horse to watch out for the Breeders' Cup Classic. He's my number one pick right now. I know it's early, far in advance, but these are the horses to watch for right now. Kingsbarn is also another good older horse. He kind of flattened Pyrenees in the Pinnacle Special. I don't see a problem with that, especially with Del Mar, conducive to speed horses, and he should benefit from running on the Breeders' Cup day on Del Mar with its tendency to favor speed horses. Horses also to watch out would be Warlike Goddess, the mare trained by Bill Mott. Doesn't look like she's going to do well. I just think that she's long in the tooth. She's an older mare. She always tries her best, but she seems like that being close to a 6 to 7-year-old now. I just don't think she'll compete well if she runs in the Breeders' Cup. Same with Picasso Creed. He does well off a layoff, but I think he's just too long in the tooth. I mean, he just seems like he's been running too long, too many years, and just you have to fade that and look for something else. Hints to the Breeders' Cup too is also watch out for the Euros. Everybody seems to already know that, but just to let you know before the Breeders' Cup day that the Euros would dominate the Americans like they always do. Not saying the Americans don't have the shot to hit the trifecta or exacta for a long price, but I don't see them winning any of the turf races. But in retrospect, that says the same thing for the American runners. They dominate the dirt sprint, the dirt racing, especially with this track being a conventional dirt track and not a pro ride track, a Tapeta track that they use in some tracks in Europe. They will dominate on the dirt day and also the speed and more speed. Seems like nothing seems to want to close now anymore from off the pace from 8 to 10 lengths off. I'm not saying to be a stalker between 3 and 5. That's still doable. But on most dirt races, anything coming off between 8 and 10 lengths off are not winning the race. They might run second, third logically, but not winning the race. These are my tips for the Breeders' Cup Breeders' Cup Day. Other horses to watch also for Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone has ran third in the Belmont Stakes. It wasn't at Big Sandy. It was at Saratoga. It was the development and rebuilding of Belmont Park. Do I give this horse a shot later into the year? And I've always stated 3-year-olds running against 4-year-olds at the end of the year toward Breeders' Cup, they're just too spent or too tired. Sierra Leone is a good horse, but he's also a horse that comes from way off the pace, which detriments him winning because he comes from way out of it. And I know he had won races, but since the Kentucky Derby, he's come in second. At the Belmont, he came in third, and his racing style doesn't fit well with today's racing because he has to come from so far of it. He needs a pace out front. And right now, most tracks are geared up towards speed. I don't know where they're going to put this horse at. If he's going to run in the Breeders' Cup Classic at Del Mar, I would say no. He probably needs a heavier track or a longer stretch track, maybe something on the East Coast. He runs better at Saratoga, also at Churchill Downs, but Churchill Downs has a long stretch. He ran well at the Fairgrounds, which makes sense. That is a long stretch. So him running in Del Mar is a long shot, and pardon the pun, him making the trip out to California and try to get his legs under him. I just think he needs a deeper track some out east where they get more moisture than the California tracks. Other 3-year-olds out there, basically Dan didn't like him in the Derby. I threw him out. He's running really hard, and he's a decent horse, but him to make it to Del Mar just doesn't look like he's going to make it either. That's my opinion. As you see, the 3-year-old crop is now a muddle crop. We have Mystic Man winning the Kentucky Derby, paying $30-some. We have Seeds of Gray winning the Preakness, paying $20. and Door paying $37. And a lot of these 3-year-olds just want to be out free winging on the lead. They don't seem to want to come off the pace or even just try to come off mid-pack. I just think it's a real bad lot of 3-year-olds right now. I thought I was totally wrong. I thought it would be a good lot. By a 3-year-old horse I still want to see would be in the Haskell, would be Fierceness. He'll be running against Mindframe. I still high hopes for Fierceness right now. I'm not sure what's going on with the training with Fierceness, but what Pletcher's going to do. I know he had last year he had Forte. Forte seemed to get hurt during the Triple Crown races. He came back, looked really well in the Belmont. Then he just sputtered in the Travers last year, and I'm not sure if right now Pletcher has a good hold of his 3-year-olds. It just seems like his top 3-year-olds doesn't seem like, as they go into 3-year-old campaign, they don't seem that they're wild or not healthy. And I have much love for Fierceness. I was really ultra impressed with the race at Gulfstream Park at Florida Derby when he popped out a 110 buyer. I'm hoping his horse will stay well. I think he'd be a good horse. I still believe he'll be a good horse, especially now with the 3-year-olds that are running up in the air. If they run the Haskell in 3 weeks, I'd be rooting for Fierceness. I hope he wins and runs a good race. Mindframe's a decent animal, ran a game second Door Knock. And just to let you know that he ran a good figure for that race. And I'm looking, if they run against each other, I'll take Fierceness or Mindframe, because I believe Mindframe will take a bounce after running such a good race in the Belmont Stakes. And this is James Ramos from At the Quarter Pole. Have a good morning, folks.